Gladys Wanga is becoming more, I don't know what to call it, because Gladys Wanga was doing a Tawe in in her campaigns, and I'm just laughing because I'm just wondering, when will ODM leaders ever have an original idea, and when will ODM leaders just have what we call self-conscious, ile yenye wanajua wanafanya kitu juu that thing means something to ODM and to themselves, because it seems that we have been having these ODM leaders when you walikuwa to followers, none of them are leaders, because I saw Gladys Wanga doing a Tawe in her campaigns and it was just suspicious. Why are you doing that? We all know that the Tawe thing belongs to Natembea. Why are you doing copy and paste? Don't you have original idea? And I remember when Sifuna was telling Ruto that Ruto needs to come up with original ideas. Ruto's work cannot be that whenever he has a meeting, he goes to answer what Sifuna said, and he has to repeat what Sifuna said about affordable housing as if that is the only thing that he want to base all his achievement on. Juruto anaenda sijui Makueni huko anaanza kuambia watu ati hao mafala au mashenzi wanasema affordable housing ati kuku haizi fika sijui wapi. Man, that thing is old. You need to find content. Sifuna akasema no, you need to tell the president that he cannot continue using me for content. Kama ana content asema ana content. And that was an amazing replay. And the same thing is with Gladys Wanga, because I'm wondering, a leader like Gladys Wanga is now using a Tawe thing to be able to prove a point, saying that the people who wenye walitusi Raila Tawe, watu wenye sijui walifanya nini Tawe. You yourself are dining with somebody who said that he will take Ruto to Raila to Bondo, atampeleka huko na atatoka Bondo, and that person is your friend, is your ally in blood-based. So viewers, we want to talk about that, and we want to talk about ODM, how ODM is losing its core ground, because ODM has just refused to become a serious party. ODM has just refused to do what is needed for it to be the biggest party as it was. It has just refused to do the basics. The basics are, let the party returns to its original structure, to its original ways. The party was formed to fight for human rights. The party was fought for social justice. Just let the party go back to that. Kashifu vitu. Do not care. If president does something bad, we kashifu. You need to kashifu it as a party. Do a statement. Let's see you working. Let's see you going to meetings, fighting for the people. Viewers, welcome to One Ball Brain. My name is Omar Brand, and as always, remember to subscribe to our channel. That is how you support us. And also, viewers, hit that notification bell so that whenever we post a video, you may be able to get it. Yeah? So, let's get into it. Gladys Wanga is doing a rally. And in that rally, Gladys Wanga starts doing a Tawe. Remember that guy, ule jamaa anasimamia watchman when alienda State House, when he did Tawe, how Ruto looked at him. Hey, Ruto aliuliza, what are you doing here saying Tawe? Eh? Ruto was angry. Ruto was not feeling himself. Cameras pointed at him directly. So we come to Gladys Wanga is doing a Tawe in her campaigns. She's saying, watu waliua sijui Raila Tawe, watu walitusi Raila Tawe, watu wenye sijui wanafanya nini Tawe. And I'm wondering, if you are saying that the people who insulted Raila, you cannot work with them, or you cannot have them close to you, then that means that you are the guy with the person who has insulted Raila for the past 20 years, William Samoei Ruto. But you guys want to show us that William Ruto is good for you, but for us other people, we should not do anything with the other guys because the other guys are bad. Why are you with them? Gachagua sijui alitusi Raila, but you guys know that you are with Ruto, who was the mastermind. Yende alikuwa in charge ya kutusi Raila. And even he went further ahead and said that he will take Raila to Bondo. And now Raila is resting in Bondo. But you guys hamtaki tuseme hiyo. So you go to Luos in Nyanza and you want to put in them, you want to brainwash their heads like you used to brainwash people in the past. This brainwashing fellowship, hii kitu ni ya ujinga sana. Do not even, usiye kubali leader wako akuambie vile wewe unafikiria. Never accept your leader to tell you how you are reasoning, because that is what makes us fail. The moment you accept your leader to tell you how you are thinking, then that means you are a dead person. You are dead, because utaambiwa uende kwa streets, uende uliwe. Unless you are going to the streets for your own cause, you cannot follow the leader's cause. Yeah. Because these guys are used to getting things their way. Wamefika a time whereby they think that they need to brainwash these people. These people need to hate whoever they want them to hate. So the enemy now is Gachagua. So once Gachagua becomes the enemy, the Satan, ule adui, shetani ule, they want to make Gachagua kuwa shetani. So that after Gachagua becomes shetani, anybody that has shit with Gachagua, Linda Mwananchi, Kalonzo, wote wanakuwa shetani. Is a building of a shetani that is happening now in Luo Nyanza with Gladys Wanga. But they are forgetting that if they are using all these points against Gachagua, then any point that uses against Gachagua applies to William Ruto. So eventually we come to a point whereby if William Ruto is good, if William Ruto can do development to Nyanza, then that means Gachagua can also do development to Nyanza. If they collaborate with Linda Mwananchi, Kalonzo can do development. Linda Mwananchi of course can do development, because those are ODM boys. Na hii kiburi yao ya kusema kila mtu atoke kwa chama. Kama ufanye hivi, toka kwa chama. If you cannot follow the party leader natuambia that you must say your opinion but majority have their way. No, consensus. You know, you have created a party whereby people are able to talk, people are able to express their opinions. Hii kitu ishakuwa kubwa. You cannot reach a point now you want to do dictatorship. No, it will not work. The party was created in such a way that you listen to the people. But now you want to go to the dictator way. It will not work for you. It will only end up in you having a hard time as a leader controlling the party. And that's why ODM is falling apart. ODM is falling apart. Because they have an SG that is not strong enough, does not have influence enough, does not do interviews a lot, because ODM needs to be in the news, and ODM is now not in the news. What is in the news is the stupid empowerments that are not adding anything significant to watu wa kawaida. Unaenda kufanya empowerment ya boda ya tuk na hujapunguza bei ya mafuta. What are you doing? Why are you there? Viewers, I'm just asking you. The government comes to do an empowerment to support you to buy more tuk-tuks. Na bei ya mafuta imepanda. What do you wanna do? So most people are walking distances that tuk-tuk and bodabodas used to take them. If short distance za 50 mia zimepanda ziko 70 mia. So some people decide to use a bike, decide to walk. That is logical. And that is what the government does not want us to think. The government just want to think that empowerment, mnasaidiwa. So you need to choose this government kwa sababu mnasaidiwa, mumeletewa empowerment. I saw even Mudavadi is saying that because they have built dikes in Bunyala, so people of Western and Busia should vote for this government because they are building dikes. And to say the truth, the dikes were built by Uhuru. And I remember when Mudavadi was in opposition at that time, Naruto, walituambia we cannot eat roads. Even Ruto told us himself. So say Ruto want us to eat roads and stadiums. Naruto told us that we cannot eat roads and stadiums. Lazima tuangalie cost of living. Hiyo ndio ina affect mwananchi. So my question is, why aren't we looking at that now? Why isn't Ruto and his cabinet looking at the cost of living now? Because that is what matters. Hata mtu create numbers za inflation mingi na payslip mnakata kila kitu, taxation. Pesa ya tax yenyewe inaibwa. It will not make sense in the end. Education funding model is a mess. SHA, you are just calling conventions, mnapigia watu wenye mnataka simu. Why are you calling people to confirm if SHA is working? You do a summit whereby you call people that you had already spoken to. You know, that is just nonsense. Your PR is working na CCE generation, because we are a generation that is informed. We all know that SHA is not working properly. You need to get admitted for you maybe to start using SHA. And even SHA cannot cover your cost like in HIF used to cover your cost. Watu walinda mama walikuwa na za watoto bure. Hata unapewa some basins na some first items za kutumia. Huyu jamaa alituambia atapeana pampers kwa watoto for the first 3 months. Why is that promise? Nilikuwa naona juzi siju kwa Health Summit akiona hizo promises. What happened to that? daktari wana strike kila time kwa sababu pesa tangu zikuje county zina take forever. Na nilisikia ati governors wa Kakamega na Vihiga, these guys are lying to western people and the country at large that this government has been the first government that made sure that pesa inafika kwa county on time. Which money on time? Na nyinyi hata mjalipa watu wenyu county. Shame on these leaders. Just so shameful. Because what is happening is just shameful. But leaders juu sahi wako blood based, wanakula cases zao zenye waliiba azishikwi, wanaenda State House, wanapewa pesa, wanapewa mabarua zenye wanakuja kutuuzia, bala wacheti isifanye kazi yao. They are selling letters for employment to the people. And if the government could just have let TSC do its job, these letters could have gone to people who deserve them. Mtoto wa last year anapata job, na wewe mtu wa 5 years ago hujapata job. Jo una $500,000, uko na 600,000 yenye utapeana upate barua. Na sasa tukipeana 600,000 unaenda kulipa mshahara ya 30,000, 40,000. How will you recover that money? Up to when? Juu lazima ukuli, lazima uishi still. So viewers, when we say that what Gladys Wanga is trying to do, copy pasting Tawe and trying to do Tawe to things that he feels that will evoke emotions from people of Luo Nyanza, I just feel that that is a stupid tactic. It will not work with the people. It will not work with the people, because I feel that people now understand things better, and people need to free themselves from the madness of ODM. People needs to look at ODM objectively. Angalia to ODM na usiangalia ODM as a party, because now we do not have Baba that will be saying let's give him MPs to support him. No, that is how Gladys Wangas and Kalumas and these people and the MPs in Western came to power. We wanted Raila to have foot soldiers. So walikuwa wanaenda wanahongana, unapata ODM ticket, and then they come here na sisi tunataka kupigia Baba, tunapiga 6 piece. We will not be doing that anymore. Even for Linda Mwananchi, and I liked what Sifuna said. Sifuna said that they will not choose weak leaders. Weak leaders are leaders wenye wana content, leaders wenye wana manifesto, leaders wenye wana agenda ya watu. Wataacha watu wafanye opinion poll, not opinion poll, watu waende nomination, so that we can be able to have the best candidates to be the ones that get the ticket for Linda Mwananchi. And that is an amazing thing, because you need a candidate mwenye amechuziwa na watu na mwenye anaweza fanya kazi, so that watu wakishindwa, unaona vile DCP ilifanya pale Olkalao, Ngodo akashinda huyo wa something. Very good by election, very nice. And Linda Mwananchi needs to learn from those kind of nomination and ensure that we want the best people to be on the ticket. And that's how politics should be played. Hii politics ya kuja kutuletea ati sijui vitu za Tawe nini, copy pasting tatembea, no. Wanga needs to do better. Wanga needs to make sure that kwanza yeye huko Homa Bay anafanya kazi. Because Homa Bay hajafanya kazi. Yana tulialia tu vile ati amekuwa marginalized for 15 years. That county has been getting money. You have been a woman rep for 10 years. What have you done? Show us a water project you have done. Water project. Those areas have a problem of water. You saw that last video yenye Wanga walikuwa naambiwa na the CS of water they have done a project badly, wameiba millions. It's the same Wanga mwenye kwa Public Accounts Committee Sifuna ali-expose that, anasema that they have built a toilet, a latrine for 500,000. Latrine, kitu yenye hata unajenga na 50k. Umetumia 500,000 for a latrine, choo. Same Wanga that now wants to come to tell the people that, hey, my people, hizi vitu zenye tunasema Tawe, hizi vitu zenye tunasema Tawe. How? Where is that mandate coming from? Have you worked? Unless you work for the people is when you can have a mandate of telling the people, hey, my people, I feel that this guy, I can work with him and do more. What have you done? Show us. So viewers, I want you to tell me, what do you think? But for me, I just feel that this nonsense of copy and pasting politics and trying to push agendas, that we need to hate certain people, we need to hate this person because this person does not. No, it's just the leaders playing with our perception. Once you allow the leaders to play with your perception, you are done. You are done. And we need to be careful so that we do not get done. So viewers, I want you to leave a comment and tell me, what do you think about this Wanga's new Tawe that is copying Natambea? That is meaningless, because he's just trying to create an enemy that the people now he will use as a reference points to the people. Because remember, ODM is not targeting Gachagua. ODM is targeting Linda Mwananchi, Sifuna, Babu and Orengo. They want to make these guys the villain. But now, for them to be the villain, then Wanga needs now to create an enemy. So that whoever associates with the enemy is an enemy. The friend of the enemy is an enemy. So the friend of Gachagua is United Opposition. United Opposition has Linda Mwananchi. Linda Mwananchi now becomes the enemy. So viewers needs to be active. You need to be active. You need to ask yourself, why is she pushing this narrative? Why is she the one being used to bring this Gachagua narrative everywhere? And you wonder, why is Gachagua in Wanga's statement? Why Mwana Wanga make Gachagua kuwa his work? That means it's political. Maybe they have planned about it. They want to create a certain image of Gachagua pale Nyanza, so that now they can be able to take over with their nonsense narratives za kuleta kusema Linda Mwananchi inafanya na Uhuru. They are now also putting Uhuru as if Uhuru is their enemy. When time walikuwa kwa broad based kwa handshake na Uhuru, they were saying Uhuru is the best president. When they were being given money by Uhuru to do campaign, when they were being sponsored by Uhuru to do national election ya 2022, wakaribu pesa hata wakulipa agents, hata kuwa na agents everywhere in the country. Now they want to, who do you want to blame? Uhuru gave you money. Uhuru gave you everything. Gave you state power. Na mkashindwa kudeliver an election. These same guys wenye wamebaki ODM walishindwa kudeliver an election kwa sababu they were the one heading this committee. They were the one close to Baba. The ones who were supposed to protect Baba and to fight for him. After election zimepotea Junet ana hepa from the limelight due for 6 months. They did something wrong. Watu akina Mbadi. And now they want to behave as if they are the guys who are smarter than us. They think we are stupid. So viewers, I want you to leave a comment and tell us what do you think. This has been One Bold Brain, the heartbeat of political analysis. And as always, see you on the next one.